Gray is dead. White on white is dead. And if your home still looks like 2020, buyers can tell in the first 3 seconds. I stage homes for a living. I'm the one who walks through before it hits the market and decides what makes people book a showing. Every year the rules change, and this year they changed fast. 10 things making homes look expensive right now in 2026. Everyone under $200. Number 1 is the boldest thing on this list, and it's the one that scares people most before they try it. Let's get into it. Number 10. If your walls are still white, or that flat, cool gray from a few years back, that's the first thing dating your home right now. Designers have officially moved on. The palette for 2026 is warm and earthy. Terracotta, olive, chocolate brown, deep clay reds. Colors that feel grounded instead of sterile. Here's the move that's actually trending, and it's not just paint one wall. It's called color drenching. You take one smaller enclosed room, a powder bath, a den, a reading nook, and you paint the walls, the trim, and even the door all in the exact same rich tone. No contrast, no breaks. The whole room becomes one cohesive cocooning color. A gallon or two of paint runs you under $100. One weekend, and it reads instantly as intentional because almost nobody's doing it yet in their own home, even though every designer in the country is doing it in theirs. But that's just the walls. The next fix is about something you're currently keeping in a box in your garage that could be the most valuable thing in your house. Number 9. Vintage is officially back. And I don't mean thrifted for the aesthetic. I mean designers are actively telling clients to stop buying everything new. A pre-loved side table, a chipped ceramic vase, an old brass floor lamp from an estate sale, these pieces carry a kind of depth that nothing off a factory line can fake. One genuinely old or second-hand piece, placed somewhere prominent, does more work than 5 brand new accessories. It signals that this home was collected over time, not furnished in a single Target run. Facebook Marketplace and estate sales are full of these for $20 to $60, and half the work is already done for you. That piece already has the patina designers are charging thousands to fake. I picked up a chipped ceramic pitcher at an estate sale for $8 last month, and it's now the first thing every buyer picks up and comments on. That's the entire trend in one object. And speaking of things that used to be thin and are suddenly thick again, your picture frames are next. Number 8. For years, the rule was thin, minimal, barely there frames. That rule just flipped. Thick vintage-style frames, the kind with real depth and a little gilded or dark wood detail, are what's actually showing up in design magazines right now. Swap even one thin black frame for a chunky vintage-style frame, and that single piece anchors the wall in a way a delicate frame never could. You can find these secondhand for $10 to $25 or new reproductions for under $50. It's a tiny swap that reads as a completely different decade of taste. Now, here's one that directly contradicts what I would have told you to do even 2 years ago. Number 7. The old advice was one big mirror, perfectly centered, minimal frame. Skip that. What's actually trending in 2026 is a cluster of mismatched mirrors. Different shapes, different sizes, different frame style obscurals grouped together like an art wall. It sounds like it shouldn't work. It does. A round mirror, an arched one, and a small vintage oval, layered together on one wall, reads as curated and collected, instead of like you just bought one thing from a catalog. Thrift a few small mirrors for $5 to $15 each, and you've got the whole look for under $50 total. The next one is about the one sense nobody talks about when it comes to making a home look expensive, but everyone reacts to it the second they walk in the door. Number 6. Texture is the new version of expensive, full stop. Smooth plastic, smooth laminate, smooth mass-produced everything. That's what reads as cheap now, even in colors that are technically on trend. Swap one smooth, shiny throw pillow cover for something with real texture. Boucle, chunky wool knit, raw linen. Add one hand-thrown ceramic bowl instead of a machine-molded one. The price difference is often nothing, sometimes $10 more. But the tactile quality is what your hand and your eye both register as quality the second you walk past it. Run your hand over a smooth plastic vase and then a hand-thrown ceramic one, side by side. You'll feel the difference before you can even explain it, and so will everyone who sits on your couch. And speaking of things people are finally putting back on display instead of hiding. Number 5. Bare, empty, clean shelving is over. What's trending now is what designers are calling book drenching. Shelves that are actually visibly full of real, well-loved books, stacked and arranged with a few objects mixed in. You don't need to buy books for this. Pull the ones you already own off random shelves around the house and consolidate them into one deliberately styled bookcase or console. Stack some flat, stand some upright, tuck a small plant or object into the gaps. It costs $0 if you already own books, and it makes a room feel lived in and personal instead of like a staged rental. Now, the next one is about pattern, and if you've been living in an all-solid, all-neutral house, this one might feel like a big jump. Number 4. Solid, safe, neutral fabric is fading out. Pattern is officially back. Florals, stripes, textured weaves, especially on pillows and small upholstered pieces. It signals personality, and personality is what's actually reading as expensive right now, not blank uniformity. Swap one plain pillow cover for a patterned one in a rich tone that matches your new wall color, $15 to $30. You don't need to commit your whole sofa to it. One patterned piece next to solid ones is enough to shift the whole room from generic to design. The next one is bigger, literally, and it replaces an entire wall of small stuff with one thing. Number 3. Instead of a cluster of small generic art prints, go with one large personal photograph, printed big. Not stock art, something real, a trip, a landscape you actually shot on your phone, a family photo processed in black and white. Large format personal photography is what's replacing generic decor art in every design feed right now. A large print in a simple frame runs $40 to $100 from an online print shop. One oversized personal image does more for a wall than 10 small anonymous ones ever could, because it's the one thing in the room nobody else could buy. And the next one is about something that stopped being decoration and started being a requirement. Number 2. A single dusty, dying plant on a windowsill doesn't count anymore. Real sculptural greenery. Something with actual presence, a fiddle leaf fig, an olive tree, even a large, well-shaped snake plant, is what's expected in a well-designed room now, not optional decoration. One large plant in an empty corner costs $60 to $100 and needs almost no upkeep if you pick the right variety. It softens every hard edge in the room and makes the whole space feel alive instead of staged. And now, number 1. The one I promised would be the boldest on the list. Take that color drenching trick from the beginning and go all the way with it. Walls, trim, door, and the ceiling. All one color. Nobody touches their ceiling. It's the one surface in your entire home that's still sitting there, flat white, completely ignored, while everything else gets attention. Paint it the exact same rich, earthy tone as your walls, and the whole room stops feeling like 4 walls and a lid. It starts feeling like one enveloping, cocoon-like space. The kind of room people walk into and go quiet for a second before they say anything. It's the same gallon of paint you already bought for the walls. It just costs you the courage to keep going up instead of stopping at the ceiling line. Every designer pushing this trend right now will tell you the same thing. It always feels scarier on the paint chip than it looks on the actual wall. 10 details, every one of them under $200, and every one of them actually current, not something recycled from a decade-old blog post. This is what's making rooms look expensive right now, in 2026, not what used to. None of it requires a renovation. Most of it doesn't even require a trip to the store. Half of this list is sitting in a box in your garage or on a shelf at your nearest estate sale. That's really the shift this year. Expensive isn't about buying more. It's about choosing pieces that actually mean something. If you want to see what's making homes look dated the second buyers walk in, the mistakes I see on almost every listing I stage, that video's on your screen right now.